Alright, it's working. Hello everyone, good morning. Hello everyone, good morning. Today we are going to read the next chapter of the Quran. I think yesterday we finished the Stone Valley, was it? Oh, finished the chapter of B. So now we're starting Al-Isra. Apparently this is most people's favorite surah. At least I know it's my sister's favorite surah, so we are going to read this. Let me bring in my study lamp closer. There we go. Should be good. Alright, let's start. Chapter 17, The Night Journey, and Isra. Since Abraham is praised in the last verses of the previous chapter as a role model for the world, this Meccan chapter speaks of how the Prophet is honored in this world through the night journey from Mecca to Jerusalem, then to the heavens, and back to Mecca, all in one night. Verse 1 and 60. He will also be honored on the day of judgment through the station of praise, where he will make intercession. Verse 79. The children of Israel are referred to passingly at the end of the previous chapter, but more insights are given about them both at the beginning and the end of this chapter. The key to success in this life and salvation in the next is encapsulated in a set of divine commandments, verses 22 to 39, along with a warning against Satan and his whispers, verses 61 to 65. This chapter is critical of the pagan arguments against resurrection and the ridiculous demands, verses 89 to 92. The criticism of attributing partners and children to God is carried over to the next chapter. Alright. In the name of God, the most compassionate, most merciful. Journey from Mecca to Jerusalem. Glory be to the one who took his servant Muhammad by night from the sacred mosque to the farthest mosque, whose surroundings we have blessed, so that we may show him some of our signs. Indeed, he alone is the all-hearing, all-seeing, and we give Moses the scripture and made it a guide for the children of Israel, stating, Do not take besides me any other trustee of affairs, O descendants of those we carried with Noah in the ark. He was indeed a grateful servant. Warning to the Israelites. And we warn the children of Israel in the scripture. You will certainly cause corruption in the land twice, and you will become extremely arrogant. Sorry, my lips are chapped. Okay. The first corruption. When the first of the two warnings would come to pass, we would send against you some of our servants of great might, who would ravage your homes. This would be a warning fulfilled. Then after your repentance, we would give you the upper hand over them and aid you with wealth and offspring, causing you to outnumber them. If you act righteously, it is for your own good, but if you do wrong, it is for your own loss. The second corruption. And when the second warning would come to pass, your enemies would be left to totally disgrace you and enter the temple of Jerusalem as they entered it the first time, and utterly destroy whatever would fall into their hands. Perhaps your Lord will have mercy on you if you repent, but if you return to sin, we will return to punishment, and we have made hell a permanent confinement for the disbelievers. The message of the Quran. Surely this Quran guides to what is most upright and gives good news to the believers who do good, and they will have a mighty reward. And it warns those who do not believe in the hereafter that we have prepared for them a painful punishment. Prayer, prayers in anger, and humans swiftly pray for evil as they pray for good. But humankind is ever hasty. The day and night. We made the day and night as two signs. So we made the signs of the night devoid of light, and we made the sign of the day perfectly bright, so that you may seek the bounty of your Lord and know the number of years with calculation. Hello, Ingrid Acosta Cruz. Acosta Cruz. Sorry for butchering your name, but thank you for joining my stream, and hope you have a great day. And we have explained everything in detail. The record of deeds. We have bound every human's destiny to their neck. Footnote, this refers to the deeds that one is destined to do of their own free will. Out of his infinite knowledge, God knows people's choices even before they make them. In the hereafter, he will raise them from the dead for judgment. On the day of judgment, we will bring forth to each person a record, which they will find laid open. And it will be said, read your record, you alone are sufficient in state to take account of yourself. Whoever chooses to be guided, it is only for their own good, and whoever chooses to stray, it is only for their own loss. No soul burdened with sin will bear the burden of another, and we would never punish a people until we have sent a messenger to warn them. Hi, are you having a good day? Yes, I am. Thank you, Sam. And welcome, Leda. I would like. Are you Muslim? Yes, I am Muslim. Alhamdulillah. This is the clear Qur'an translation. MashaAllah. May Allah grant you to the highest rank in Jannah. MashaAllah. Thank you so much, Sam. May Allah grant you that as well. Hi, where are hi at? Sorry, Leda. I just saw you right now. I was reading. But yeah, welcome to the stream, guys. You guys are really sweet, and I hope you guys stick around and watch me read every single day. It's really nice to have like Muslims in the chat. Thank you so much, Ingrid. Thank you so much. So, let's continue. Punishment of the wicked. Whenever we intend to destroy a society, we command its elite to obey God, but they act rebelliously in it. So the decree of punishment is justified, and we destroy it utterly. Imagine how many people we have destroyed after Noah, and sufficient is the reward as all aware and all seeing of the sins of his servant. This life or the next. Whoever desires this fleeting world alone, we hasten it with whatever we please to whoever we will. Then we destine for them for hell, where they will burn, condemned, and rejected. But whoever desires the hereafter and strives for it accordingly, and is a true believer, it is they whose striving will be appreciated. We provide both for the former and the latter from the bounty of your Lord, and the bounty of your Lord can never be withheld. See how we have favored some over others in this life, but the hereafter is certainly far greater in rank and in favor. I like the Quran also. I read the Quran also. It's so relaxing. Is that your pet? Yes, his name is Yuki. He's 7 years old. He's turning 8 next year. Yes, I have 3 cats. Yuki, my oldest. A big orange one, my second oldest. And the last one, Pixie, I just got her this year. And I found her under my car, so yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of cats. We didn't really sign up for all these cats, but yeah. It's nice to have them around. He sits by my stream every day. Yeah. You got one? That's nice, Ingrid. Hope your cat is healthy and safe and happy, inshallah. Torta, why you gotta be a Nazi, bro? I mean, I get, like, everyone hates Zionists, but you should calm down a little bit. You got a dog too? No, I'm sorry. Dogs are not allowed in my religion. At least not inside the house. You could keep them as guard dogs outside, but because it's funny, dog. I guess it is. I don't know. I don't really have that humor, but as long as you're not anti-Islamic, I'm not saying it's fine to be Nazi or like pro-Nazi, but you know. Okay, I'm gonna get like flagged or something if I keep talking. Let's continue. Commandments number 1: worship God alone. Do not set up any other God with God, or you will end up condemned, abandoned. Wow. For your Lord has decreed that you worship none but Him. Number 2: honor your parents. And honor your parents. If one or both of them reach old age in your care, never say to them even ugh or yell at them. Rather, address them respectfully and be humble with them out of mercy and pray, my Lord, be merciful to them as they raised me when I was young. Your Lord knows best what is within yourselves. If you are righteous, He is certainly all forgiving to those who constantly turn to Him. This is like so beautiful. Number 3, give. And number 4, do not waste. Give to close relatives their due, as well as the poor and needy travelers, and do not spend wastefully. Surely the wasteful are like brothers to the devils. Wow. Brothers to the devils. And imagine like how much overconsumption is like normalized in today's society. That is insane. And the devil is ever ungrateful to his Lord. But if you must turn them down because you lack the means to give, while hoping to receive your Lord's bounty, then at least give them a kind word. Wow. That is so beautiful. SubhanAllah. Number 5, spend moderately. Do not be so tight-fisted, for you will be blameworthy, nor so open-handed, for you will end up in poverty. No way. This is crazy. Because, everyone says to be as generous as you can, but no one tells you, like, if you give too much, you'll end up in poverty when God is saying do not give too much. GG. So I got one, but I can see my pet dog. So you have a dog? That's cute. I love dogs. I love how they are so cute and they save humans before, and they rescue people, and they're just really cute. But they are najas, so they have to be outside. But I don't feel good keeping dogs outside. Like they should be inside, but like I don't know. It's like ironic. No, I have like 20 because our front yard is like a cat city. They just welcome themselves, even little kitten. Aw, they're so cute. My dog has fun, but he got to go. I have a dog too. Where are you going? Hello. That's nice. You guys have a lot of cats and dogs. Hope you guys take care of them. Number 6, treasure your children. Do not kill your children for fear of poverty. You provide for them and you. Surely killing them is a heinous sin. So true. Do not commit adultery. Do not go near adultery. It is truly a shameful deed and an evil way. Do not kill. Do not take a human life made sacred by God, except by legal right. If anyone is killed unjustly, we have given their heirs the authority, but do not let them exceed the limits in retaliation, for they are already supported by law. Number 9, protect orphans' wealth. Do not come near the wealth of the orphan unless intended to enhance it until they attain maturity. Number 10, honor pledges. Honor your pledges, for you will surely be accountable for them. Number 11, maintain fairness. Give in full when you measure, and weigh with an even balance. This is fairest and best in the end. Number 12, be sure. Do not follow what you have no sure knowledge of. Indeed, all will be called to account for their hearing, sight, and intellect. Number 13, be humble, and do not walk on the earth arrogantly. Surely you can neither crack the earth nor stretch to the height of the mountains. Compliance with the commandments. Violation of any of these commandments is detestable to your Lord. I don't know what detestable means. This is part of the wisdom which your Lord has revealed to you, O Prophet, and do not set up any other God with God, O humanity, or you will be cast into hell blameworthy, rejected. Rebuttal to a pagan claim. Has your Lord favored you pagans with sons and taken angels as his daughters? You are truly making an outrageous claim. We have surely varied the signs in this Qur'an, so perhaps they may be mindful, but it only drives them farther away. Other gods, say, O Prophet, had there been other gods besides him, as they claim, then they would have certainly sought a way to challenge the Lord of the throne. Glorified and highly exalted is he above what they claim. The seven heavens, the earth, and all those in them glorify him. There is not a single thing that does not glorify his praises, but you simply cannot comprehend their glorification. He is indeed most forbearing, all forgiving. The pagans mock the Quran. When you, O Prophet, recite the Quran, we put a hidden barrier between you and those who do not believe in the hereafter. We have cast veils over their hearts, leaving them unable to comprehend it, and deafness in their ears. And when you mention your Lord alone in the Quran, then they turn their backs in aversion. We know best how they listen to your recitation and what they say privately. When the wrongdoers say, you would only be following a bewitched man. See how they call you names, O Prophet. So they have gone so far astray that they cannot find the right way. Hey, what you play, even when winter is coming. GG, bye. You were nice. God will. Bye. Bye, Ingrid. Take care. She probably already left before I could say that. You have a dog, and you take it outside even when winter is coming. And that's the downside of having a dog. Like, you have to go outside in the rain. Oh, hi, Jacob. I don't know if you were here before. There was a Jacob here, but welcome if you're new. We are reciting the Qur'an translation first. And yeah, we're on the chapter Night Journey. I think I'll read a couple more pages and then we'll switch books. The Resurrection. And they say mockingly, when we are reduced to bones and ashes, we will really be raised. Will we really be raised as a new creation? Say, O Prophet, yes. Even if you become stones or iron or whatever you think is harder to bring to life. Then they will ask you, who will bring us back to life? Say, the one who created you the first time. They will then shake their heads at you and say, when will that be? Say, perhaps it is soon. On the day he will call you, you will instantly respond by praising him, thinking you had remained in the world only for a little while. Advice to the Prophet. Tell my believing servants to say only what is best. Satan certainly seeks to sow discord among them. Satan is indeed a sworn enemy to humankind. Invitation to the disbelievers. Your Lord knows you best. He may have mercy on you if he wills, or punish you if he wills. We have not sent you, O Prophet, as a keeper over them. Your Lord knows best all those in the heavens and the earth. And we have surely favored some prophets over others, and to David we gave those psalms. Other gods besides God? Say, O Prophet, invoke those you claim to be divine. Besides him, they do not have the power to undo harm from you or transfer it to someone else. Even the closest to God of those invoked would be seeking a way to their Lord, hoping for his mercy and fearing his punishment. Indeed, your Lord's torment is fearsome. What is this about? This is about reading the Quran chapters poor dogs that are walking around that have no home, and especially when winter is coming, so sad. For sure, oh my god. And all the cats and dogs that need shelter and comfort and animal like help, medical help. Like I always wanted to be a vet when I was a kid, but then I realized like vets don't make much, and they end up like getting so burnt out that they don't really help animals the same. So yeah, the most we could do is just like donate to our local shelters and all that. But I don't have any money, so what is this about? Oh, sorry, I was just answering a question. Or not a question, but like something that Leda said. But I'll get back to reading. Signs always denied. There is not a wicked society that we will not destroy or punish with a severe torment before the day of judgment. This is written in the record. Nothing keeps us from sending the demanded signs except that they had already been denied by earlier people. And we gave them wood, she camel, as a clear sign, but they wrongfully rejected it. We only send the signs as a warning, signs as a test. And remember, O Prophet, when we told you, certainly your Lord encompasses the people, and we have made what we brought you to see, as well as the cursed tree mentioned in the Qur'an, only as a test for the people. We keep warning them, but it only increases them greatly in defiance. Satan's defiance. And remember when we said to the angels, prostrate before Adam, so they all did, but not Iblis, who protested, should I prostrate to the one you have created from mud? Adding, do you see this one you honored above me? If you delay my end until the day of judgment, I will certainly take hold of his descendants, except for a few. God responded, be gone. Whoever of them follows you, hell will surely be the reward for all of you, an ample reward, and incite whoever you can of them with your voice. Mobilize against them all your cavalry and infantry. Manipulate them in their wealth and children, and make them promises. But Satan promises them nothing but delusion. God added, you will truly have no authority over my faithful servants, and sufficient is your Lord as a guardian. Human ingratitude. It is your Lord who steers the ships for you through the sea, so that you may seek his bounty. Wow. Surely he is ever merciful to you. When you are touched with hardship at sea, you totally forget all the gods you normally invoke except him. But when he delivers you safely to shore, you turn away. Humankind is ever ungrateful. False immunity. You feel secure that he will not cause the land to swallow you up, or unleash upon you a storm of stones? Then you will find none to protect you. Or do you feel secure that he will not send you back to the sea once again, and send upon you a violent storm, drowning you for your denial? Then you will find none to avenge you against us. God's favors to humanity. Indeed, we have honored the children of Adam, carried them on land and sea, granted them good and lawful provisions, and privileged them far above many of our creatures. Like, what more do you need when you're feeling insecure about your looks than this verse here? And that you do like seeing inside the animals, and then the dogs are having baby. This is my cousin. Say hi to my cousin. Hi, cousin. Welcome. The record of deeds. Beware of the day we will summon every people with their leader. So whoever will be given the record in their right hand will read it happily, and will not be wronged even by the width of a thread of a date stone. But whoever is blind to the truth in this world will be blind in the hereafter, and even far more astray from the right way. So beautiful. Temptation by Meccan pagans. They definitely thought they were about to lure you away from what we have revealed to you, O Prophet, hoping that you would attribute something else to us falsely, and then they would have certainly taken you as a close friend. Had we not made you steadfast, you probably would have inclined to them a little. and then we truly would have made you taste double punishment both in this life and after death, and you would have found no helper against us. They were about to intimidate you, to drive you out of the land of Mecca. The pagans of Mecca tried in vain to dissuade the Prophet from preaching the message of Islam. In some instances, they offered to worship his God if he agreed to bow to their idols, and some even offered him riches and positions if he just stopped preaching in the city. Wow. But then they would not have survived after you had left, except for a little while. This has been our way with the messengers we sent before you, and you will never find any change in our way. I did not know that. Advice to the Prophet: observe the prayer from the decline of the sun until the darkness of the night, and a recitation at dawn. For certainly the dawn prayer is witnessed by angels. And rise at the last part of the night, offering additional prayers so the Lord may raise you to the station of praise. And say, my Lord, grant me honorable entrance and an honorable exit, and give me a supporting authority from yourself, and declare the truth has come and falsehood has vanished. Indeed, falsehood is bound to vanish. It's so true. Lies never stand the test of time, ever. My cousin says hi back. Hello. Hello. Welcome back, Ingrid. He's 4. Aw, so cute. Who? My cousin. Okay. The Qur'an as a healing. We send down the Qur'an as a healing and mercy for the believers, but it only increases the wrongdoers and the loss. Arrogant and ingratitude. When we grant people our favors, they turn away acting arrogantly. But when touched with evil, they lose all hope. Say, O Prophet, everyone acts in their own way, but your Lord knows best whose way is rightly guided. Questioned by pagans. They ask you, O Prophet, about the Spirit. Its nature is known only to my Lord, and you, O humanity, have been given but little knowledge. What is the Spirit? The Qur'an is a favor. If we willed, we could have certainly taken away what we have revealed to you, O Prophet. Then you would find none to guarantee its return from us, had it not been for the mercy of the Lord. Indeed, his favor upon you is immense. Qur'an challenge. Say, O Prophet, if all humans and jinns were to come together to produce the equivalent of this Qur'an, they could not produce its equal, no matter how they supported each other. Meaningless demands. And we have truly set forth every kind of lesson for humanity in this Qur'an, yet most people persist in disbelief. They challenge the Prophet. We will never believe in you until you cause a spring to gush forth from the earth for us, or until you have a garden of palm trees and vineyards, and cause rivers to flow abundantly in it, and cause the sky to fall upon us in pieces, as you have claimed, or bring God and the angels before us face to face, or until you have a house of gold, or you ascend into heaven. And even then we will not believe in your ascension until you bring down to us a book that we can read. Say, glory be to my Lord. Am I not only a human messenger, an angelic messenger? And nothing has prevented people from believing when guidance comes to them except their protest. Has God sent a human as a messenger? Say, O Prophet, had there been angels walking the earth well settled, we would have surely sent down for them an angel from heaven as a messenger. Say, sufficient is God as a witness between me and you. He is certainly all-knowing, all-seeing of his servants. Hello, I am a moderator for the YouTube streamer platform of privacy and policy. I have been notified for an individual in your stream protruding the privacy policy. Do you have anyone in mind? Sorry, Sharon. I don't think you're in the right stream. Popcorn. Hey, Wanda. Watch your language. Maybe Sharon is talking about you. Reward of the wicked. Whoever God guides is truly guided, and whoever he leaves astray, you will find no guardians for them besides him, and we will drag them on their faces on the day of judgment, deaf, dumb, and blind. Hell will be their home. Whenever it dies down, we will flare it up for them. That is their reward for rejecting our signs and asking mockingly, when we are reduced to bones and ashes, will we really be raised as a new creation? Have they not realized that God who created the heavens and the earth can easily recreate them? He has already set for them a time about which there is no doubt, but the wrongdoers persist in denial. Say to them, O prophet, even if you were to possess the infinite treasuries of my Lord's mercy, then you would certainly withhold them, fearing they would run out, for humankind is ever stingy. Pharaoh challenges Moses. We surely gave Moses 9 clear signs. You, O prophet, can ask the children of Israel. When Moses came to them, Pharaoh said to them, I really think that you, O Moses, are bewitched. Moses replied, You know well that none has sent these signs down except the Lord of the heavens and the earth as insights, and I really think that you, O Pharaoh, are doomed. So Pharaoh wanted to scare the Israelites out of the land of Egypt, but we drowned him and all those with him. And we said to the children of Israel after Pharaoh, Reside in the land, but when the promise of the hereafter comes to pass, we will bring you all together. The noble Qur'an. We have sent down the Qur'an in truth, and with the truth it has come down. We have sent you, O Prophet, only as a deliverer of good news and a warner. It is a Qur'an we have revealed in stages, so that you may recite it to people at a deliberate pace. And we have sent it down in successive revelations. Say, O Prophet, believe in this Qur'an or do not. Indeed, when it is recited to those who were gifted with knowledge before it was revealed, they fall upon their faces in prostration and say, Glory be to our Lord. Surely the promise of our Lord has been fulfilled. And they fall down upon their faces weeping and increase in humility. Advice to the Prophet. Say, O Prophet, call upon God or call upon the most compassionate, whichever you will call. He has the most beautiful names. Do not recite your prayers too loudly or silently, but seek a way between. And say, all praise is for God, who has never had any offspring, nor does he have a partner in governing the kingdom, nor is he pathetic, needing a protector, and revere him immensely. So, we're done with this chapter. Welcome back, Isa. I like your pen. Yeah, I like it too. It's pretty sharp. I like sharp pens. Here's another one. Can't really see the color. It's kind of ombre. Cheese. You like cheese, Wanda? Alright, we're done with the Quran for today. Let me mark this. I think we're done page 150 to 158. And the next book is Atomic Habits. So we're pretty far into Atomic Habits. I did chapter 9 yesterday, I believe. If not, chapter 10. Oh, even chapter 11. Wow. Okay, so we're in chapter 12 now. Yes, Quran. That's what I've been reading all these live streams. The Law of Least Effort. In his award-winning book, Guns, Germs, and Steel, I watched that film actually. It's pretty... Well, I forgot most of it because I watched it at school, but yeah. Anthropologist and biologist Jared Diamond points out a simple fact. Different continents have different shapes. At first glance, this statement seems rather obvious and unimportant. But it turns out to have a profound impact on human behavior. The primal axis of the Americas run from north to south. This is the landmass of North and South America. That is, the landmass of North and South America tends to be tall and thin rather than wide and fat. The same is generally true for Africa. Meanwhile, the landmass that makes up Europe, Asia, and the Middle East is the opposite. This massive stretch of land tends to be more east-west in shape. According to Diamond, this difference in shape plays a significant role in the spread of agriculture over the centuries. When agriculture began to spread around the globe, farmers had an easier time expanding along east-west routes than along north-south ones. This is because locations along the same latitude generally share similar climate, amounts of sunlight and rainfall, and changes in season. These factors allow farmers in Europe and Asia to domesticate a few crops and grow them along the entire stretch of land from France to China. So this is more north and south, so east and west. Figure 13, the primary axis of Europe and Asia is east-west. The primary axis of the Americas and Africa is north-south. This leads to a wetter-ranged climate up and down in the Americas than across Europe and Asia. As a result, agriculture spread nearly twice as fast across Europe and Asia than it did elsewhere. Behavior of farmers, even across hundreds or thousands of years, was constrained by the amount of friction in their environment. By comparison, the climate varies greatly when traveling from north to south. Just imagine how different the weather is in Florida compared to Canada. You can be the most talented farmer in the world, but it won't help you grow Florida oranges in the Canadian winter. Snow is a poor substitute for soil. In order to spread crops along north-south routes, farmers would need to find and domesticate new plants whenever the climate changed. I don't know how to live stream. You can't live stream unless you have I think 100 or 300 subscribers. Hi, my name is Jacob. Nice to meet you, Jacob. Skies. Okay. As a result, agriculture spread 2 to 3 times faster across Asia and Europe than it did up and down the Americas. Over the span of centuries, this small difference had a very big impact. Increased food productions allowed for more rapid population growth. With more people, these cultures were able to build strong armies and were better equipped to develop new technologies. The changes and started out small, a crop that spread slightly farther, a population that grew slightly faster, but compounded in substantial differences over time. The spread of agriculture provides an example of the third law of behavior change on a global scale. Conventional wisdom holds that motivation is the key to habit change, but if you really wanted it, you'd actually do it. But the truth is, our real motivation is to be lazy and to do what is convenient. And despite what the latest productivity bestseller will tell you, this is a smart strategy, not a dumb one. Energy is precious, and the brain is wired to conserve it whenever possible. It is human nature to follow the law of least effort, which states that when deciding between two similar options, people will naturally gravitate towards the option that requires the least amount of work. For example, expanding your farm to the east, where you can grow the same crops, rather than heading north, where the climate is different. Out of all the possible actions we could take, the one that is realized is the one that delivers the most value for the least effort. We are motivated to do what is easy. This book is saying laziness is good. 676767. Gold the Caddy. You have 162 subscribers. Dang, you're famous. Where'd you get all that? Alright, so we have until 158 and 6 more pages. Every action requires a certain amount of energy. The more energy required, the less likely it is to occur. If your goal is to do 100 push-ups per day, that is a lot of energy. In the beginning, when you're motivated and excited, you can muster the strength to get started. But after a few days, such a massive effort feels exhausting. Meanwhile, sticking to a habit of doing one push-up per day requires almost no energy to start. And the less energy a habit requires, the most likely it is to occur. Look at any behavior that fills up much of your life, and you'll see that it can be performed with very low levels of motivation. Habits like scrolling on our phones, checking emails, and watching television steal so much of our time because they can be performed almost without effort. They are remarkably convenient. In a sense, every habit is just an obstacle to get what you really want. Dieting is an obstacle to getting fit. Meditation is an obstacle to feeling calm. Journaling is an obstacle to thinking clearly. You don't actually want the habit itself. What you really want is the outcome of the habit. The outcome the habit delivers. The greater the obstacle that is, the more difficult the habit. The more friction there is between you and your desired end state. That is why it is crucial to make your habits so easy that you'll do them even when you don't feel like it. If you can make your good habits more convenient, you'll be more likely to follow through on them. But what about all the moments when we seem to do the opposite? If we're all so lazy, then how do you explain people accomplishing hard things like raising a child or starting a business or climbing Mount Everest? Certainly, you are capable of doing every hard thing. The problem is that some days you feel like doing the hard work and some days you feel like giving in. On the tough days, it's crucial to have as many things working in your favor as possible so that you can overcome the challenges life naturally throws your way. The less friction in your face, the easier it is for your stronger self to emerge. The idea behind making it easy is not only do easy things. Is not to only do easy things. The idea is to make it easy as possible in the moment to do things that pay off in the long run. I think my voice is kind of giving out, but I don't have any more water. Oh well. Does anybody have any questions? This is an open Q&A. Ask a Muslim anything. Seems not. Let's continue. How to achieve more with less effort. Imagine you are holding a garden hose that is bent in the middle. Some water can flow through, but not very much. If you want to increase the rate at which water passes through the hose, you have two options. The first option is to crank up the valve and force more water out. The second option is to simply remove the bend in the hose and let water flow through naturally. Trying to pump up your motivation to stick with hard habits is like trying to force water through a bent hose. You can do it, but it requires a lot of effort and increases the tension in your life. Meanwhile, making your habits simple and easy is like removing the bend in the hose. Rather than trying to overcome the friction in your life, you reduce it. One of the most effective ways to reduce the friction associated with your habits is to practice environment design. In Chapter 6, we discussed environment design as a method for making cues more obvious. But if you can also optimize your environment to make actions easy, to make actions, but you can also optimize your environment to make actions easier. For example, when deciding where to practice a new habit, it is best to choose a place that is already along the path of your daily routine. Habits are easier to build when they fit into the flow of your life. You are more likely to go to the gym if it's on the way to work, because stopping doesn't add much friction to your lifestyle. But by comparison, if the gym is off the path of your normal commute, even just by a few blocks, now you're going out of your way to get there. Perhaps even more effective is reducing the friction within your home or office. Too often we try to start habits in high friction environments. We try to follow a strict diet while we are out to dinner with friends. We try to write a book in a chaotic household. We try to concentrate while using a smartphone filled with distractions. It doesn't come back. It doesn't have to be this way. We can remove the points of friction that hold us back. This is precisely what electronics manufacturers in Japan began to do in the 1970s. In an article published in the New York titled Better All the Time, James Suroway Japanese firms emphasized what came to be known as lean production, relentlessly looking to remove waste of all kinds from the production process, down to redesigning workspaces so workers didn't have to waste time twisting and turning to reach their tools. The result was that Japanese factories were more efficient and Japanese products were more reliable than American ones. In 1974, service calls for American made color televisions were 5 times as common as for Japanese televisions. By 1979, it took American workers 3 times as long to assemble their sets. I like to refer to this strategy as addition by subtraction. The Japanese companies looked for every point of friction in the manufacturing process and eliminated it. As they subtracted wasted effort, they added customers and revenue. Similarly, when we remove the point of friction that sap our time and energy, we can achieve more with less effort. This is one reason tidying up can feel so good. We are simultaneously moving forward and lightening the cognitive load of our environment places on us. If you look at the most habit-forming products, you'll notice that one of the things these goods and services do best is remove little bits of friction from your life. Meal delivery services reduce the friction of shopping for groceries. Dating apps reduce the friction of making social introductions. Ride sharing services reduce the friction of getting across town. Text messaging reduces the friction of sending a letter in the mail. Sorry I wasn't talking. It's okay, Leila. I didn't know you were here still. Thank you for staying. Like a Japanese television manufacturer redesigning their working space to reduce waste and motion, successful companies design their products to automate, eliminate, or simplify as many steps as possible. They reduce the number of fields on each form. They pare down the number of clicks required to create an account. They deliver their products with easy to understand directions or ask their customers to make fewer choices. When the first voice activated speakers were released, products like Google Home, Amazon Echo, and Apple HomePod, I asked a friend what he likes about the products he had purchased. He said it was easier play some country music than to pull out his phone, open the music app, and pick a playlist. Of course, just a few years earlier, having unlimited access to music in your pocket was a remarkably frictionless behavior compared to driving to the store and buying a CD. Business is a never-ending quest to deliver the same result in an easier fashion. Similar strategies has been used effectively by governments. When the British government wanted to increase tax collection rates, they switched from sending citizens to a web page where the tax form could be downloaded to linking directly to the form. Reducing that one step in the process increased the response rate from 19.2% to 23.4%. For a country like the United Kingdom, those percentage points represent millions in tax revenue. The central idea is to create an environment where doing the right thing is as easy as possible. Much of the battle building better habits comes down to finding ways to reduce the friction associated with our good habits and increase friction associated with our bad ones. Aw, thank you so much, Leila. You're so sweet. Prime the environment for future use. Oswald Nichols is an IT developer from Natchez, Mississippi. He is also someone who understands the power of priming his environment. Nichols dialed in his cleaning habits by following a strategy he refers to as resetting the room. For instance, when he finishes watching television, he places the remote back on the TV stand, arranges the pillows on the couch, and folds the blanket. When he leaves his car, he throws any trash away. Whenever he takes a shower, he wipes down the toilet while the shower is warming up. As he notes, the perfect time to clean the toilet is right before you wash yourself in the shower anyway. Yeah, I do that. The purpose of resetting each room is not simply to clean up after the last action, but to prepare for the next action. When I walk into a room, everything is in its right place. Nicole's wrote, because I do this every day in every room, stuff always stays in good shape. People think I work hard, but I'm actually really lazy. I'm just proactively lazy. It gives you so much time to back. It gives you so much time back. Whenever you organize a space for its intended purpose, you are priming it to make the next action easy. For instance, my wife keeps a box of greeting cards that are pre-sorted by occasion: birthday, sympathy, wedding, graduation, and more. Whenever necessary, she grabs an appropriate card and sends it off. She's incredibly good at remembering to send cards because she has reduced the friction of doing so. For years, I was the opposite. Someone would have a baby and I would think, I should send a card. But then weeks would pass, and by the time I remembered to pick one up at the store, it was too late. The habit was easy. There are many ways to prime your environment so it's ready for immediate use. If you want to cook a healthy breakfast, place the skillet on the stove, set the cooking spray on the counter, and lay out any plates and utensils you'll need the night before. When you wake up, making breakfast will be easy. Want to draw more? Put your pencils, pens, notebooks, and drawing tools on top of your desk within easy reach. Want to exercise? Set out your workout clothes, shoes, gym bag, and water bottle ahead of time. Want to improve your diet? Chop up a ton of fruits and vegetables on weekends and pack them in containers so you have easy access to healthy, ready to eat options during the week. These are simple ways to make the good habit the, the path of least resistance. You can also invert this principle and prime the environment to make bad behaviors difficult. If you find yourself watching too much television, for example, then unplug it after each use. Wow, that's smart. Not that anyone uses TV like that anymore. Only plug it back and only plug it back in if you can say out loud the name of the show you want to watch. This setup creates just enough friction to prevent mindless viewing. If that doesn't do it, you can take it a step further. Unplug the television and take the batteries out of the remote after each use, so it takes an extra 10 seconds to turn it back on. Since we don't use TVs that need connections, we just doom scroll on Instagram, I think. At least I do. And I delete my app after every use, when I realize I've spent too long on it, so that it takes longer to go back on it. No problem. By the way, your voice is outstanding. Don't look at other one. I wasn't done texting it and it just said, Kitty, who's your cat? Eyes are two different colors. No, actually they're both green. But he's sleeping right now, so he can't see. I guess you're back, Mariam. I mean, not Mariam. Isa. These are simple ways to make good habits the path of least resistance. Oh, I don't know if I thanked you. Thank you so much, Leila, by the way. You're so sweet. Um, sorry, I don't know. I just, I don't really know how to respond to compliments except saying thank you, but I really, really appreciate it. These are simple ways to make good habits the path of least resistance. You can also invert this principle and prime the environment to make bad behaviors difficult. Wait, I already said this. If that doesn't do it, you can take it a step further, unplug the television, and take the batteries out of the remote after each use, so it takes an extra 10 seconds to turn back on. And if you're really hardcore, move the television out of the living room and into a closet after each use. You can be sure you'll only take it out when you really want to watch something. The greater the friction, the less likely the habit. Whenever possible, I leave my phone in a different room until lunch. When it's right next to me, I'll check it all morning for no reason at all. But when it's in another room, I rarely think about it. And the friction is high enough that I won't go get it without a reason. As a result, I get 3 to 4 hours each morning when I can work without interruption. If sticking your phone in another room doesn't seem like enough, tell a friend or family member to hide it from you for a few hours. Ask a coworker to keep it at their desk in the morning and give it back to you at lunch. It is remarkable how little friction is required to prevent unwanted behavior. When I hide beer in the back of the fridge where I can't see it, I drink less. When I delete social media apps from my phone, it can be weeks before I download them again and log in. These tricks are unlikely to curb a true addiction, but for many of us, a little bit of friction can be the difference between sticking with good habit or sliding into a bad one. Imagine the cumulate Imagine the cumulative impact of making dozens of these changes and living in an environment designed to make the good behavior easier and the bad behaviors harder. Whether we are approaching behavior change as an individual, a parent, a coach, or a leader, we should ask ourselves the same question. How can we design a world where it's easy to do what's right? Redesign your life so the actions that matter most are also the actions that are easiest to do. Myself is not much of a talker. Oh, that's a good thing. Silence is protection. Bye. Bye, Isa. Sorry I couldn't see you go. And I don't like to be by other people. That makes me feel good that you're still here watching my stream because if you don't like to be by other people, that means a lot when you are by me. Chapter Summary. Human behavior follows the law of least effort. We will naturally gravitate towards the option that requires the least amount of work. Create an environment where doing the right thing is as easy as possible. Reduce friction associated with good behaviors. When friction is low, habits are easy. Increase friction associated with bad behaviors. When friction is high, habits are difficult. Prime your environment to make future actions easier. So, we are done reading one chapter from Atomic Habits and one chapter from the Qur'an. Yay! We have 8 chapters to go. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do all 8 chapters consecutively. I do have finals and I have a few hangout plans, but I should be free in the morning. I hope I could keep up with this as I have been doing so far. And I'm really proud of myself for this because I've never been consistent with anything else in my life. But yeah, thank you so much for sticking around. Especially you, Leda, if you're still here. Because I'm tired of brain rot and it's like the only thing is showing but you. Yeah, honestly, brain rot can be too much sometimes. I mean, it's fun for a while, but then it really does make your brain mush. But yeah, I think I'll call it a day now since I've been awake for like 3 or 4 hours now. And it's 8 a.m. So, yeah. Goodbye. Thank you for tuning in. Have a nice rest of your day.